field? I think some people have question about slope field.
Okay, wait. It's PJ against Jake, and then Nick against Nathan. Those are the two confirmed. He's doing.
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna go in. So the way that if I just say y is the dy dx is equal to x minus y, and I say, hey, hold on a second, let me get to that, and I want to draw a slope field of x minus y. The best way is to draw a 3-column and dy dx. But those 3 columns sometimes you can be any, and this is a this one is actually a little bit harder one. So it's x minus y. So most of the time x plus y, I mean x over y, they are fairly easy. But x plus y, if they have the opposite numbers, so for example in this case, if it's 1, and if this is a 1 and 1, that's gonna give you 0. Does that make sense? Because 1 minus 1 is 0. And same thing is all the same number. If x and y, they are the same number, so 2, 2, that's going to give you 0. So that means if I draw a slope field, here, that means my slope field here is all going to be like 0 slope. Does that make sense? And anything that is x is higher than y, so for example, that says 2 and 1, what is my slope? 1. So 2, 1, the slope is 1. So that means all the slope here is going to be 1 because they have a difference of 1. Does that make sense? And that just says 3, 1, 3, 1, 3 1's right here. That's going to give you a slope of 2. Slope of 2 is just a little bit deeper compared to 1. So it's going to be like this. And you can just graph all the thing in. On AP exam, they only emphasize on this slope. Usually they give you 9 spaces or 8 spaces, have you fill out. The only thing that they count as 1 point is going to be the 0 slope one. And rest of the slope is going to be 1 point as well. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to try this question. And I got it because Brenda is not here as well. So, and also Julia says I need to explain her this question. So I'm going to go with this question, and Anthony probably can explain to you um, how um, um, how it work. So this is the questions here. So Yulia want me to explain it, so I'm gonna go ahead and explain to you, and I'm gonna let you practice writing questions. So let's look at this question. Says, okay, how do I shrink this? I'm gonna just do it on import to notability. Create a new note, import, and you gotta learn how to use calculator as well. On your test, you're gonna have 2 questions with calculator, 2 questions without it. Yeah, it's gonna be Thursday. So Thursday is gonna be all the AB um, calculus FRQ. But the thing is, so there are 6 questions in FRQ for AB and BC. 6 FRQ for BC, like same thing. But so let's say Anthony or Callie or Daniel, you guys all got a fight last year, right? So if you got a fight last year, technically you'll probably minimum got a 3 on the BC test because a lot of those questions, AB question, are repeated. So I would say there were 6 questions here, and there's at least 3 to 4 is exactly the same as AB. So 3 to 4 questions. Usually 4 questions. The only 2 questions that's unique for BC, so unique BC, is gonna be the sequence in series. And the second one is going to be a polar or parametric. And even parametric, you gotta figure out because the parametric is kinematic. It has velocity, acceleration, and vectors, just in terms of vectors. The operation is exactly same like one-dimensional. It's only slightly different. If you can do one-dimensional, you can get 7 out of 9 points. If you can get two-dimensional, you can get 9 points. So that's why I say most of you guys get a 5 on last year. Probably could have got a 5 on BC as well. The only disadvantage of taking that in one test, like a double block like that, is we're gonna go through a lot of things right now, start from maybe a week. That a lot of things that it's on the BC exam. It's not on the BC exam, but it's also important for Calc 2 in college. So those are things that we need to emphasize. So that this is pretty much the thing. No, sequence and series in pre-calc are different. This one is sequence and series is with Taylor series, McLean series. They're different. They are not a geometric arithmetic series, sequence and series. So pre-calc, there was a section is sequence and series, is arithmetic, geometric, and a word problem. And like here is not. Like here is the series about infinite series. So anything that goes infinite. So for example, 1 plus 1 half plus 1 4 plus 1 8 all the way to infinite, what would it be? So those are the things that you have to do: integral tests, root tests, divergent tests. You have to use all different kind of tests. So they are completely different.
What about the polar and parametric?
Okay, polar is very close to the thing, to the pre-calc, but polar is we want to find the area inside the curve on the polar area inside the polar curve. So they are a little bit different. Or you want to find a slope at particular polar coordinates. So you had to take a derivative. So it's not like exactly. Now parametric usually is written in kinematic. It usually has x vector and y vectors, and you have to either find slope is equal to 0 or whatever. You can actually integrate. You can integrate in terms of x, in terms of y. You can integrate some of those. So a lot of questions like you guys could have figured out. If I give you a question on the BC today, you probably could have figured out 7 out of 9 points. You are not gonna lose too many points. So right now we just need to work on this 3 to 4 questions that is the same as BC. So one of them has to be rate in minus rate out. So rate in minus rate out. Okay, so for here is this is the question. Sorry, this is this is the question that we are gonna work on. So I want you guys to look at it for like a couple minutes, and I'm gonna go over it. But I'll explain to you the things. But most of you guys knew how to do it. I think Rebuff know how to do it. I think Daniel and Anthony know how to do this one. So hold on, let me see. Okay, so okay. So I'm gonna explain to you what happened here. Most of the time that when a certain grocery, so we're gonna say this is Publix. So we're gonna say this is Publix. Store open, it has 50 pounds of banana on display on table. So usually when you go to the shop in the morning, there's 50 pounds, there's 40 stock. They stocked the night before, or at the end of the day, they actually 40 stock all the vegetable. The vegetable stocking usually come at around 9 o'clock, between 9 to 10 o'clock. They will stock up all the vegetable for the next day. So it should be 40 stock with 50 pounds of banana on the display table. Okay, so customer is remove the banana from the display table at a rate. So this is the rate. In term velocity, this is like a velocity. Like if you integrate a velocity, it's gonna give you the amount of banana, or if you integrate the normal kinematic velocity, it's gonna give you the total distance traveled. Does that make sense? So if you integrate the rate, you should get amount of something, right? Amount of something. Because you integrate the velocity is equal to total distance. So in this case, this is rate. So this is rate out because this is the bananas being removed. And it happened at between 0 to 12. Like when the public's open at 7 o'clock, it's always removing. People always removing from the shelf. And they are in the sine wave. That means sine wave, that means this is sine curve. That means at first, all the old people is going to go shop in the morning, right? And all the old people will wake up in the morning. They have nothing to do. They go shop in the morning. And then it will die down after about at 12 o'clock. All the old people will stop shopping. So at 12 o'clock, it's pretty light. There was not a lot of people in the grocery store because old people stop shopping and the young people haven't get to shopping yet. The young people start shopping around 5 or 6 because that's when they get off work. And also like the few minutes before they close. So they're like sine wave. They go up and down, up and down. Jared, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is rate out and this is rate in. Okay, so how would you do this question? So the first question says, how many pounds of banana are removed from the display table during the first 2 hours the store is open? Now, if you pay attention, this rate in, right? It's 3 to 12. Why is 3 to 12? Because you don't need to restock something when thing is full. So first 3 hours, you're probably not restocking. So they only start at the 3rd hour after all the old people finish shopping, then we restock everything, and we constantly restock throughout the day. That's pretty much what happened because it gets pretty busy in the afternoon. Jared, you okay? Okay, so how would you do the first question? And what do you need to write down for the AP exam? You know, how would you do it, Jared?
You solve for
Can you be more specific? What kind of things you're gonna do?
like make FT equal to dy over dx, and then it would be, or x would be d, like db over dt,
You think it's way too complicated?
or would you plug in 2 and then plug in 0 and subtract?
What is that? Yeah, you do have something right, but 2 and 0, what do you do first?
Integral of that function from
Which function?
the top one f of t.
Okay, 0 to 2, good job. Ft dt. And this is what you had to write. You cannot just write down the answer. Okay, so now you gotta learn how to use calculator. So somebody gotta teach you how to use calculator, how to do that. Anthony, you can teach him.
I need that. Oh, that. I need to track it.
Maybe, can you let him borrow yours? Yeah, use his.
How you use it? Yeah.
Okay, so first of all, you need to teach him how to change the degree to radians first, because in physics you use degrees. So you're gonna screw up by converting back here. So you gotta make sure you know how to change the degree to radians. How many pound? He just need to know how to take integrate between 0 to t, 0 to 2 ft dt. Yeah, actually, I will graph that equation as an f1.
Yes. Really big though. Yeah, no, it's not meant to. Yeah. I think you have to put it in terms of X. Right.
Yeah, in terms of x, it's better.
You should do like this. Yeah. I think so. Yeah. That's good. I didn't know this. But did you do this? And 0, yeah. Awesome. Yeah, cool. You know, okay. I was still good. So, cool. Go back. And then the F1 is basically, so you can use that to reference your equation.
Let me see if I can find.
This one's cool. Actually okay. You don't have to. I didn't grab the rate in, right? Because it's which case
You don't have to subtract it in, yeah, because this is removed. You got it. Yeah, so it's 3 decimal places. So keep it 3 decimal places. I don't have TI Inspire my, and I don't want to buy another one.
Tinder. Okay, that's good.
And
Isn't it that one?
yeah, but this is a website.
The website.
Wait, hold on. This one? This one doesn't work.
Just like search it up online.
Yeah, I don't have Inspire, but anyway. So for you, you need to be able to make sure you change degree to radian. First of all. And this one you get is gonna get 20 point something. 20 point what? 051, right?
Oh.
What is it?
Yeah, 2105.
Okay. All right. They say f prime of 7. So what does that mean? So that means this is a rate equation, right? This is a rate out equation. So I call this rate out. And if you take a derivative of that, depending on what kind of number you get, so you can actually learn how to use the derivative button of your f1 function. If your f1 is 10 plus 0.8t sine of t cubed over 100, you can actually take a derivative of f1 and plug in 3. Or actually, I will graph it. I will graph the function. So for decimal wise, in the term of decimals, I can plug in the function. I can take a derivative of the function and I plug in 7. So in terms of calculator, I don't know if you know how to do that. If you don't know how to do that, Anthony can teach you. So I will graph the f1 functions, and I'll graph the second one. I'll graph f2 of x is equal to d to the dx of f1 of x. And then I'll plug in 7 after that.
You have to check.
Yeah. Huh? 8 point something? Okay, so I hear you're gonna say f prime of 7 is equal to the derivative of ft, and you're gonna plug in 7. So that 8 point what? Negative point 8 point what?
Negative 8.0.
2 1 something like that.
1
1 2.
Yeah, 1 2.
Okay, so this one is gonna be pound per hour squared. Why is hour squared? It's like meter per second squared. Because this one's a meter, this one's a pound per hour. So then if you take another derivative, it's pound per hour squared. So you can say it's decreasing. Why is you say use the word decreasing? Because decreasing is derivative of the rate. So it's decreasing of the rate of a removal at negative point, decreasing at 8.012 pound per hour square. And that's how you're gonna write the second part. Does that make sense? Okay. Is the number of pound of banana on the display table increasing or decreasing at time equal to 5? Give a reason. So what are you supposed to do here? Well, there's obviously a rate of in and there's rate of out. And I usually call this net rate. What is the net rate? Net rate is equal to the rate in minus rate out. So usually I will actually graph the rate in as f1 of x. That's the rate in. And I'll graph f2 of x equal to rate out. Okay. And all I gotta do is set f3 of x is equal to f1 of x minus f2 of x. So, and you can do f3 of 5.
Why do you take
I didn't take a derivative. I just do rate in is f1, rate 2 is f2, and I will do it on the calculator. Is graph a function says f3. Then you can use outside calculator function to f3 of 5, because f3 is equal to f1 minus f2, plug in 5. So try it on your calculator, try it on Anthony's calculator. Or try on this calculator here. There's a calculator here. If you don't know how to do it, you can ask. Make sure you change it to radian first though. I don't like using that calculator because I have no idea how to use it. And Anthony and Jared, you guys should come on Fridays.
I have like a
We need more people on math competition. Right now, only Bryce, Matthew,
Oh, let's go with this one.
Bryce and Matthew, and one more person. What?
You scroll up to the.
So again, you tell me. I didn't use substitution. Can you? It actually.
You can.
You can. Yeah, let's go like hey, plug in. Yeah, u equals k plus 1. And then I call it equals k, and you solve for k. Yeah, it was a crazy one. I don't know.
Are you talking about SAT question over the weekend?
No, math comp. I worked at the math competition.
Uh,
that makes sense.
You know, there's a SAT question over the weekend. It was kind of interesting.
There's some really good ones here. I thought there would be something like that. Yeah, I think you would be in shape. This one was kind of cool.
I think this was a SAT question over the weekend. I cannot say it right now. It's live stream.
I can actually guess this one.
It probably won't give me 5 because it's on Reddit.
Let me see this one was
I heard people find the answer on Reddit. So
that's like a lot more serious.
on Reddit,
No, I mean like if you leak. So
well, people can memorize the question. I don't think it's not legal. I think just people cannot talk about it after a test. But
I think College Board takes it.
yeah, but what's it gonna do? It's not like people cannot memorize the question and kind of say what's on their question. It's they have. I don't think they have a patent on the questions. I don't know. I could be wrong. But College Board can delete my video if I talk about it.
Can you find this way? I kind of forgot a little bit.
I don't know. You're not allowed to use calculator on a competition problem though.
No, for this one right now. Like how like that like do the y stuff.
For the part 2?
Yeah.
I think the answer is wrong. Hold on. I think you type in wrong. Yeah, the answer is right. Maybe my answer is wrong.
Okay. But that's how you. Okay. I just want to make sure I didn't make that.
Yeah, no, that's right.
You the wrong way.
Jared, do you got it?
I got 4.2.
4.3. I don't know if that's right, so I'm gonna check. 2017 FRQ.
Yeah.
Scoring
actually-
guideline.
It's interesting.
It's -2.263. Oh, it's in minus L, so I might have a wrong orientation. Yeah, it's in minus L. So, wait, I counted wrong. So this is rate out, and this is rate in. So this is 2 and 1, and you should graph F3 of 5. Does that make sense, Jared? Try it.
What? So F2 of x is F2 of x is rate out
Yeah.
or in.
You're supposed to. This is rate out. This is rate in. So
So you
the
just-
first one is out and in. So you want to do 2 minus 1. F2 minus F1.
So say you have 100 people going in, not or whatever. So 100 bananas going in per hour, and 80 bananas going out. What's the total net? So it's just the amount that's going in.
So you would just subtract G of 5, or it would be G of, no, it would be F of 5 minus G.
You can do that too.
That's what I did.
But the number is your calculator in radian or degree though.
Rate.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
There's some problem with radian degree. They still don't switch over, so sometimes it happen that way. I don't know when it happened, but I've seen some student does that.
Plus, okay.
Type in wrong.
0.8. It's the first one is then plus 0.8 x sine x cubed over 100.
Sine Q over 100. Yeah.
Then the second one is 3 plus 2.4 natural log x squared minus 2x.
Plus 2x. Yeah, 2.26 is right.
Oh,
All right, so D is gonna be what? How many pound of banana on display table at t equal to 8? This is a very important one.
I think I got this.
Are you sure?
I mean, I did whatever I thought.
So what is it?
I got 36.8.
I don't think that's right.
Do you have to
I'm
do
not
the
sure.
integrals? Do you have to do the integral of the net rate, or do you have to do the
Start with 50.
integral of the rate in
So
minus the
you get
integral of the
86.
or the
I think if you did the other stuff, it should be cool.
Did you including 50?
No, that's what so
Yeah.
You just make sure to add the.
Yeah, it should be 23.347.
This you do actually.
Oh, you gotta do 50 plus.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the 50 is original. What kind of how many bananas out there? So in terms of this one, it's gonna be 50 plus integration of the stock on, so it'll be 3 to 8 of g of t minus 0 to 12 of 0 to 12 ft dt. Now, why is that minus? Because this is out rate, this is in rate, and this is the original. So you have an original plus the integration of in minus integration of out, and that's how you get that answer. I think 23 point something. I don't know.
yeah, the f of x is the out.
Listen, you know there's a special rate to add track.
One of the these.
There's a special rate.
23 points.
23.3.
Then you do the.
All right, so here is the next few questions for today's homework. Well, this is the first one, so you can start with this one. So this is a escalated questions. So you can try. Part D is the most important one because part D we didn't talk about it. This is the one that you want to make sure you have to do the table. Okay, so part D is the one that you probably want to work on right now. If we only have 9 minutes left.
Oh, I got it. The same thing. So you can find the tangent. Oh, you get add the.
I think those were like the kind of interesting ones. Everything else.
What happened? What'd you get on a competition score?
Last year.
No, the one Daniel took.
I got. Or did you do like?
Yeah, everyone did on Friday, but I was just tired, bro. I was just hanging out there.
You know what other people?
But yeah, shut up. So that's good.
Can you guys take a picture of this question? Work on part D. So this is your homework. This is the first question of my homework. I'm gonna post on WhatsApp. Oh yeah, it's on WhatsApp. Sorry, I already posted on WhatsApp. I did. And there's a fish problem. Everybody like the fish problem? What happened?
That's putting the protein
We were talking about you last year. We were talking to Ye about how he should bulk out a year.
B. Yeah. There was a useful.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. You should go on the book.
I don't want to be like you, short and bulky.
That's kind of messed up.
I bench 225. I don't know about it. Yeah, I
You know, there was a quiet kid bench more than you last period.
Armand,
Oh,
yeah.
Armin.
He says that 235 right now.
I mean, yeah, no, he's jacked as shit. So obviously,
Really?
yeah,
Yeah.
he has crazy like muscle.
Really?
Yeah.
He's so quiet though. He's so
He's
quiet.
always wearing that one video game shirt.
He's an interesting. He don't talk too much. I feel bad like he's all by himself in the lounge.
Yeah, Anthony. Last year, you didn't
I
talk
don't
to
talk to
them.
people. Don't talk. I usually talk to people.
At 60.
I can't start the clown music.
What?
Anyway, you should. Well, because like imagine, right? You show up to competition.
No.
I see you just like. That's pretty insane.
So we need a rebuff to show up in math competition.
I'll just be.
You're gonna go by walk around people and just bump into them.
What's your I think I'm at 173. I actually been losing weight because like my body is like trying to metabolize the protein. When you started, what? When you started steroids? I think if I do start steroids, I'll hop on a cycle when I'm 30. Just because I know my parents want me to get married when I'm 25, so I'll likely have kids by the time I'm 30. So it won't fuck up my balls or
Oh. Okay.
Okay.
No, I have given this thought.
I thought you were gonna say like next week or something.
That
What?
too. Just the No, it does, but just the gear and the default and my stat blockers. Just to cover. Hold on. Friend, test, Anavar, gear, D-ball, milestat blockers, HGH, and there's like
A lot of
two
random
more that I
words.
don't- No, creatine is natural. I actually have to hop back on creatine. I keep forgetting.
So
It's
sad.
okay, Anthony. Don't sit there.
Come back,
Okay,
Anthony. It's gonna be 10 years later. Anthony's more buff than
Oh, boy.
rebuff, and that'll be funny as heck. Anthony come back bench like 300
so
pounds.
young.
I kind of want to see that happen, Anthony.
Right, side effects of creatine. I think it's if you have like the genetics for male pattern baldness, it'll kind of yeah.
Okay, this is your homework. I post online already.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
they're all easy.
Yeah. This is how the test on Thursday's gonna be.
Yeah.
Oh, bless. I'm gonna say this and then get like a 0.
Yeah, you mess up all the point on FRQ last week.
Chill.
So once it hits 5 minutes, there's nobody left or nobody else gets it.
Nobody-
It's like in a subway
It's the
train
rate,
station.
It's the rate, not the.
It's like train stations, right? If you get off the train and everybody get off on the escalator, and then
Like,
5
usually
minutes
when people
later,
get confusing.
no, it was that confusing. Like after
Just
train
read the
left,
question,
nobody.
bro, that's all you don't need.
Okay.
Escalator on a train, and then everybody goes on the trains, and nobody else is going on the escalator.
Yeah.
I get it.
After 5 minutes, like usually it take 5 minutes to like resolve all the. I don't know. You guys are not from the city.
Yeah.
Been to the city. Oh yeah, our bus system is terrible here.
Oh, I grew up in like you have to ride like subways from one place to the other
But
place.
I feel like that's nicer though.
It's
Public transportation.
It's kind of fun. Like as a kid, I always like figure out which train to get on. That's kind of fun.
Orlando.
Kids are like more
Yeah, in New York, yeah, people was like, okay, I'm gonna go uptown, and then we could hop on the train, go uptown.
Like traveling somewhere.
Yeah, but Orlando's walkability is one of the worst. It's terrible.
Orlando,
You
you
can
can
walk-
get on Sunrail from Winter Park to the zoo, and go back to Sun Lake.
The like on Sand Lake, there's that Jewish center, right? They always be walking.
What are you talking about?
The no, like every day, like when practices.
Oh, the Jewish, the one in 535, Jewish
But they have like
JCC, is that what it called? JCC?
There's one, that one's, I don't know where they is that Stewart.
JCC is big, right?
Yeah.
I go inside one day, it was like freaking like conference room, like huge.
And there's CRJ, which is like
Are you streaming?
I'm gonna get canceled soon.
Oh,
Hey, boss,
Hello,
stop
on
being
stream, my name is Raghav from Garage.
that's crazy.